This is the Vulcan V740HT Max, the signature paddle of pro player Devilliers. It's an elongated shaped 13mm paddle with a 5.5-inch handle, and it boasts having some new technology, but I honestly think this paddle falls flat. For starters, this paddle has a very cheap feel to it. The handle has exposed polymer on the sides that you can feel when your hand squeezes in, similar to all of Vulcan's previous models. But the worst part is the throat taper. It has a thin, flimsy feel to it, and after just a few play sessions, it now makes a rattling noise when I shake it, similar to what people have experienced on the Yola Hyperions with the snapping handles. It's not a unibody paddle, and I'm pretty sure it uses a Gen 1 cold press construction technique. For the surface, it boasts a high track surface grit, which does provide quite a bit of texture on the paddle, but it doesn't provide nearly as much spin as other raw carbon fiber paddles I've used. The texture hasn't worn off or anything after play, but it just doesn't really provide much spin. Instead of edge foam, it uses a Chanlock edge system to provide perimeter weighting. This does make the paddle a bit head heavy for a 13mm paddle, but I personally think the sweet spot on this still isn't great. Combined with being a thinner paddle, the sweet spot is very underwhelming. The feel of this paddle was a bit strange. Shots on contact didn't feel substantial, and the paddle itself feels very hollow when hitting shots. It didn't provide as much power as the other Gen 2 thermoform paddles out there, though I did think it was a bit stiff and provided good pop. Overall, this paddle is a bit disappointing and hard for me to recommend, especially with a $250 price tag. If you do want a thinner core paddle, I'd recommend the Carbon 1X 14mm, which has similar dimensions but has the V740 beat in almost every category and is also cheaper.